One win in Seattle and the United States can punch its ticket to the round of 32, without Christian Pulisic. That is the tension heading into this matchup with Australia, and it changes everything. The US enters with momentum after a stunning 4-1 win over Paraguay, a result that looked less like an opener and more like a statement. Australia arrives with its own confidence after beating Türkiye 2-0, and both teams know this is no ordinary group game. It is a qualification game in every sense. For the United States, the task is simple to say and hard to do: turn a fast start into control of the group. For Australia, the mission is even simpler: spoil the party. The biggest headline is the absence of Pulisic. Mauricio Pochettino confirmed it plainly: Christian is not available. The AC Milan forward has been dealing with a calf injury after being kicked in the back of his left calf in training, and later feeling tightness during the Paraguay match. He had been limited in training since, and while he did work on the morning of the game, the US staff decided not to take the risk. That is the kind of decision that reveals where the team is right now. There is no panic, there is caution. Pochettino said the evolution has been really good and that the feelings around Pulisic are positive. But with the stakes this high, availability matters more than optimism. So the spotlight shifts to Ricardo Pepi, who gets the start in Pulisic's place. That is not a like-for-like swap in style or responsibility, and that is exactly why it matters. Pepi brings a different kind of threat, one that asks different questions of Australia's backline. It also signals something important. Pochettino is not rebuilding the whole team. He is trusting the structure that worked. In fact, US Soccer made only one change from the Paraguay starting 11, just one. That tells you the staff believes the shape, the balance, and the chemistry are already doing the heavy lifting. The challenge now is whether the US can keep that same sharp edge without its most recognizable attacker. And the Paraguay performance gives them a real foundation. That 4-1 win was the biggest US victory in World Cup history, and the first time the team scored 4 goals in a World Cup match. Even more impressive, the Americans were up 3-0 by halftime. That was not a lucky bounce or a late scramble. That was a team taking control early and never letting go. Folarin Balogun was central to that surge, scoring twice in the first half and continuing what is becoming one of the defining stories of this tournament for the US. He is finding space, finishing with confidence, and giving this team a cutting edge it desperately needed. When a striker is in rhythm, the rest of the attack starts to breathe differently. But Australia is a different kind of test. The Socceroos are not built to win flashy possession battles. They are built to frustrate, survive, and strike when the moment opens. Against Türkiye, that plan worked perfectly. Australia created far less but took its chances superbly. Türkiye piled up 28 shot attempts to Australia's 8, yet the Socceroos left with a clean sheet and a 2-0 win. That is not a fluke. That is a blueprint. The tactical story is clear. Australia likes to keep games tight, often with a compact defensive structure and a backline that can absorb pressure. Then when the opponent pushes too high or gets too impatient, they break. They have the kind of counter-attacking game that can punish a team still trying to prove it can stay disciplined for 90 minutes. Nestori Irankunda is the name US fans should know. He scored the opener against Türkiye and gave Australia exactly what underdog teams need: confidence. Add the threat of Mohamed Touré, and the Aussies have enough speed and directness to turn one mistake into a major problem. That is why this matchup feels dangerous for the Americans. On paper, the US should have more quality, more control, and more attacking depth. But Australia has shown it does not care much about paper. Tony Popovic has embraced that role, making it clear his team expects others to believe they should win. Australia's job, in his mind, is to ruin that expectation. And there is another layer here: qualification math. In this tournament format, the top 2 teams in each group advance, along with the 8 best third-place teams across the 12 groups. That means every point matters, but a win here changes the entire path. A US victory over Australia would clinch advancement to the round of 32. It would also put the Americans in a position to manage the rest of the group stage from a place of strength rather than stress. That is why this game feels bigger than a simple early group meeting. It is about momentum, yes. It's about depth, yes. But it is also about proving that last week's statement was the start of something real, not just one explosive night. Seattle is ready for that answer. The crowd, the noise, the pressure, the expectation, all of it will be part of the test. And for the US, there is a lot to like if the chances fall the right way. The defensive structure has looked solid. Balogun is in form. Pepi gets a chance to step into the spotlight. And Pochettino, even without Pulisic, is asking his team to stay calm and stay sharp. Still, Australia has already shown how quickly a game can flip when the favorite gets impatient. That is the warning. The US cannot chase the match. It has to control it. So the question in Seattle is not just whether the United States can win. It is whether this group can keep building, adapt without its star, and turn real momentum into real progress. One win and they advance. One lapse and the path gets harder. Kickoff is next, and the answer is about to arrive. If you want more World Cup updates, subscribe for the latest from Seattle.